Hello, fellow goblins, and welcome back to Squee's Bazaar, the channel where we like to cover anything Magic the Gathering related. If you're also interested by Magic, you should definitely hit the subscribe button, leave us a like, or hit us with a comment down below. Today, Squee and me, we're going to be delving into the future set that's going to be releasing in 2 weeks from now. So it's the Dungeons and Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. We are going today just cover the rares and mythics because otherwise it would be too long of a video. So yeah, it is already going to be longer than usual. So I'd say sit back, relax as we go through these new cards. Okay, Squee, hit me with the first black what a card we got to see lately. So yeah, Ebundet Dracolich, Flash Flying. That's already pretty cool for 4 mana, I'd say. Ebundet Dracolich enters the battlefield tapped. Okay, so he does have a condition, and you may cast him from your graveyard if a card not named Ebundet Dracolich died this turn. So yeah, that could be a pretty interesting card. Pretty cool, like the art. Okay, what's next? The Gelatinous Cube. Okay, Engulf. When Gelatinous Cube enters the battlefield, exile target non-ooze creature an opponent controls until Gelatinous Cube leaves the battlefield. And it's a lot of text, but it's an ooze. That's cool. I like the cube there. It's pretty, the guy's stuck in there. So what does Dissolve do? So for that price, put target creature card with mana value X, exile with Gelatinous Cube into its owner's graveyard. Okay, that's a lot of text for that card. Oh, wow. Wow, that you could have warned me for that one, Squee. So Planeswalker here. Lult? How do you say it? Lult? Oh, well, the Spider Queen. We'll just say the Spider Queen. That's, so for 5 mana, wow, that's a lot of, that art is pretty cool, gotta say. Whenever a creature you control dies, put a loyalty counter on Lult, Spider Queen. You draw a card, you lose a life for 0 loyalty. -3, create 2/1 black spider creature tokens with menace and reach. Okay. And what's the ultimate power is you get an emblem wet whenever an opponent is dealt combat damage by 1 or more creatures you control. If that player lost less than 8 life this turn, they lose life equal to the difference. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's a lot. Sphere of Annihilation. Okay, so Sphere of Annihilation enters the battlefield with X void counters on it. So X, yeah, you get to choose how much mana you want to dip in. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile Sphere of Annihilation. All creatures and planeswalkers with mana value less than or equal to the number of void counters on it, and all creatures and planeswalkers cards in graveyards with mana value less than or equal to the number of void counters on it. Wow, these cards are hard to read. But basically, I guess it's pretty much a board wipe that you can prepare, right? So yeah, cool card, nice art. Squee, what's next? The Book of Vile Darkness. Okay, a legendary artifact. So this is a mythic. At the beginning of your upkeep, of your end steps, if you lost 2 or more life this turn, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Cool. There's another clause, so you can tap it, exile the Book of Vile Darkness, and artifacts you control named Eye of Vina and Hand of Vina. Create Vina, a legendary 8/8 black zombie god creature token with indestructible. It gains all triggered abilities of the exiled cards. All right, that looks like a combo piece. I guess you need to see what those other cards are. Eye of Vina, Hand of Vina. Well, it'll be cool to look into that. Next card, Squee. What we got? The Vorpal Sword. Okay, yeah. So this is, I think, very iconic from the D&D series. So what's it do? For 1 swamp, you can play it, and then the equipped creature gets +2 and has Death Touch. And then for a big cost of 8 mana until end of turn, Vorpal Sword gains whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player. That player loses the game. So that's really cool. It's a lot of mana, but yeah, it could be a win condition. All right, cool card. Next one, Squeak. What we got? With white. White enters the battlefield tapped. Life Drain. Whenever a creature dealt damage by a white this turn dies, create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token and exile that card. All right. Cool card. 2 mana, 3/2. Good stats. What's next? Demi-Leech. Okay. Again, full of text. Squee. You're making it hard for me. All right, this spell costs 1 island less to cast for each instant and sorcery spell you've cast this turn. Okay, so it's pretty much like a storm effect. It can end up costing less than the initial cost. Whenever Demi-Leech attacks, exile up to one target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard, copy it, you may cast the copy. You may cast Demi-Leech from your graveyard by exiling 4 instants or sorcery cards from your graveyard in addition to paying its other costs. Wow, a lot of text on that one. Okay, so this was already the blue cards. I like the art though. It's really, really nice. It's beautiful, beautiful card. What's next? A dragon turtle. Okay, creature, dragon turtle. What's a dragon turtle? Okay, flash. Drag below. When Dragon Turtle enters the battlefield, tap it and up to one target creature an opponent controls. They don't untap during their controller's next untap steps. Okay, that's pretty cool. So you could flash it in on turn, and that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool card. What do you got else? Okay, Grazlax, Illithid Scholar. Okay, so this is a horror. That's pretty freaky. Whenever a creature you control becomes blocked, you may return it to its owner's hand. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. And these cards do a lot of things, I won't lie. It's pretty cool. Okay, what's next? Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Okay, so this is a sorcery. Each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until that player has exiled cards with the total mana value of 20 or more. Okay, that looks like a funny mechanic. Guess it's a flavorful one. Okay, what's next? The Black Staff of Waterdeep. It's a legendary artifact. Okay, you may choose not to untap the Black Staff of Waterdeep during your untap step. Animate Walking Statue. Another target non-token artifact you control becomes a 4/4 artifact creature for as long as the Black Staff of Waterdeep remains tapped. Activate only as a sorcery. There's lots of things for 1 mana. I'd say that's pretty powerful. Okay, what's next? The Wizard's Spellbook. Okay, this one looks like a very hard one to read. Thanks, Squee. I'm wondering if he's doing it on purpose. Okay, let's start with the top. So it's an artifact. Exile target instant or sorcery card from a graveyard. Roll a 20 die. Really? Okay, activate only as a sorcery. Cool. If you hit 1 or 9, copy that card. You may cast a copy. If you hit 10 to 19, copy that card. You may cast a copy by paying 1 rather than paying its mana cost. Okay, pretty cool. And 20, if you hit the 20, copy each card exiled with the Wizard Spellbook. You may cast any number of the copies without paying their mana cost. Okay, so yeah, I think very weird card. Next, Squee. Thanks for that one. Yuan T. Melisson. Melisson, I don't know. UN team Melisson can't be blocked as long as it's attacking alone. Whenever UNT Melisson deals combat damage to a player, venture into the dungeon. Okay, so this is the first one that says venture into the dungeon. So this is a new mechanic of this set. So really cool to see how they trigger and how you get them started. Okay, what's next, Squee? Flumph. Oh, yeah, the famous. It's a friendship card. It's a jellyfish, defender flying. Whenever Flumph is dealt damage, you and target opponent each draw a card. So yeah, see, everybody gets a win out of this kind of card. Really, I don't think it's playable, but definitely got lots of flavor. Okay, next. For the whites, Guardian of Fate. So a Spirit Knight, Flash Vigilance. When Guardian of Fate enters the battlefield, any number of other target creatures you control phase out. Ooh, man, that's rough. Oh, I like this card, Squee. This spirit is badass. Okay, what's next? Icing Death Frost Tyrant. Okay, a mythic legendary creature dragon. Here we go, lots of text again. Flying Vigilance. So that's really good stats for 4 mana. When Icing Death Frost Tyrant dies, create Icing Death Frost Tongue, a legendary white equipment artifact token with equipped creature gets +2/+0. Whenever equipped creature attacks, tap target creature defending player controls and equipped for 2. Wow. So it starts off as a dragon and then ends up as an artifact equipment. That's pretty cool. Talk about resilience. Yeah, what's next? Nadar, Selfless Paladin. So a Dragon Knight. Wow, that's the first time I see a Dragon Knight in my history of Magic. It's either using the dragon or the knight, but not both together. So what does this guy do for 3 mana? Vigilance. Whenever Nadar, Selfless Paladin, enters the battlefield or attacks, venture into the dungeon. Oh, yeah, I'm really liking this card. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 as long as you've completed a dungeon. Okay, so I guess we'll know we have to complete the dungeon to get extra bonuses. Okay, fun. What's next, Squee? The Oswald Fiddlebender. Okay, legendary creature. A gnome artificer. Cool. Magical Thinkering. So you can sacrifice an artifact, search a library for an artifact card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrificed artifact's mana value, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Activate only as a sorcery. Wow. That's also a pretty cool card. Now, White really has some things going in this set so far. I like. Okay, hit me, Squee. What we got? Okay, we're into green now. Circle of Dreams Druid. Okay, that's one pretty simple. So you get to add 1 forest for each creature you control. So yeah, pretty cool. I like the art. Okay, what's next? Oh, a Planeswalker again. Okay, Eliwick Tumblestrum. Okay, that's cool. The art is really cool. So +1, you venture into the dungeon. Okay, -2, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. If it's a legendary, you gain 3 life. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any random order. Okay, and then here comes the big emblem. No, Squee. No, go back. I had to read the last quote. Everybody wants to know what the big power is, right? So you get an emblem with the creature you control have trample and haste, and get +2/+2 for each differently named dungeon you've completed. Okay, now we can move to the next one, Squee. Thanks. All right, what's next? Froghemoth. Okay, trample haste. A frog horror. Okay, yeah, that thing looks pretty ugly, and they seem to be struggling to get it down. Look at that. I like the art. Really, really cool. So whenever Froghemoth deals combat damage to a player, exile up to that many target cards from their graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on Froghemoth for each creature card exiled this way. You gain 1 life for each non-creature card exiled this way. Okay, lots of stuff. Big 5-mana creature. All right, next. Instrument of the Bard. So that's the second card I see with an instrument. The Planeswalker had like a tiny violin or something. This one's got the harp. That's cool. So this is the legendary artifact. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a harmony counter on Instrument of the Bards. Okay. For 4, you can search a library for a creature card with mana value equal to the number of harmony counters on Instrument of the Bards. Reveal it and put it into your hand. If that card is legendary, create a treasure token, then shuffle. Lots of stuff for 1 mana. These cards look pretty powerful, and I like the arts. Bears there in the back, boar, really cool. Okay, no goblins, but hey, what's next? The Ochre Jelly. Oh no, it's another ooze. Okay, so trample. Ochre Jelly enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. So yeah, split. When this jelly dies, if it had 2 or more +1/+1 counters on it, create a token that's a copy of it at the beginning of the next end step. The token enters the battlefield with half that many +1 counters on it, rounded down. Okay, so another resilient creature from green with trample. That's pretty cool. All right, what's next? The Tarask. The Taraski? I don't know. Legendary creature dinosaur. Okay, the Taraski has haste and ward 10 as long as it was cast. Okay, that's a cool ward. 10 to target. That's pretty much hexproof, right? Whenever the Tarask attacks, it fights target creature defending player controls. Wow. Okay, that's a cool. That's a big beast, but it's 9 mana to cast, right? So it's cool. Okay, what's next? Varys, Silver Moon Ranger. I like that art. Okay, so a legendary creature, human elf ranger. A human elf ranger? A human elf. Okay. Reach ward 1. Whenever you cast a creature or planeswalker spell, venture into the dungeon. Okay, that's pretty cool. This ability triggers only once each turn. Yeah, or else it'd be busted, I'm pretty sure. Whenever you complete the dungeon, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. I like this card. That's cool. Nice. All right, hit me, Squee. What we got? Werewolf Pack Leader. Oh man, That's pretty creepy art. A human werewolf. Pack tactics. Whenever werewolf pack leader attacks, if you attack with creatures greater total power 6 or greater this combat, draw a card. Wow, that was not easy to say. Then it's got another clause. Until end of turn, where werewolf pack leader has base power and toughness 5/3, gains trample, and it isn't human. Okay. Still a creepy card though. Yeah. Next. So Delina, the wild mage, an elf shaman. Okay, so this is going to be one of those, I guess it's a card where you have to roll dice. So whenever Delina Wild Mage attacks, choose target creature you control, then roll a die of 20. So if you hit 1 to 14, create a tap and attacking token. That's a copy of the creature, except it's not legendary. And it has exile this creature at the end of combat. Okay. If you hit 15 to 20, then you create one of those tokens and roll again. Oh, that's cool. That could start like a snowball effect, right? Okay, red, cool. Like the mountain in the back. Let's go, Squee. Flame skull. Okay, creature skeleton. That's look at that. That's pretty creepy. Flying flame skull can't block. Okay. Was this rejuvenation? When flame skull dies, exile it. If you do, exile the top card of your library until end of your next turn. You may play one of those cards. Okay. Still a creepy skull. We like skulls here at Squee's Bazaar. So yeah, hit me, Squee. What's next? Meteor Swarm. Okay, Meteor Swarm deals 8 damage divided as you choose among X target creatures and or planeswalkers. Okay, yeah, that's typical red spell. Nothing too special, right? But sometimes a fireball isn't enough. We'll take it. Let's go, Squee. Oh, Minion of the Mighty. A Kobold. Menace for 1. That's cool. Pack tactics. Whenever Minion of the Mighty attacks, if you attack with creature I'll start over. Whenever Minion of the Mighty attacks, if you attack with a creature with total power 6 or greater this combat, you may put a dragon creature card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Whoa. Okay, so this is like the guy that stirs up the dragons for the fight, basically. Right? It's a cool card. It's got menace. Like it. All right, what's next, Squee? Orb of Dragonkind. Okay, another artifact. So this is a red artifact. So for 1, you can add 2 mana in any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast dragon spells or activate abilities of dragons. Okay. And for red, you can sacrifice Orb of Dragonkind. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal a dragon card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Okay. So yeah, really lots of dragon schematics going on here with red. It's going to be cool to see what you can build with this. With that previous card, this one, definitely dragons, which is scary for us goblins here at Squeeze Bazaar. We're not, we like dragons because they're impressive, but, we have a bad history with dragons being eaten up and such. So yeah, move on. These dragons are getting scary, Squee. Okay, Wish. You may play a card from outside the game this turn. Sure. Okay. Gets you access to your sideboard. Sure. All right, next. Another guitar there. Salto, Fire Giant Duke. So he's a giant barbarian. Trample, whenever Zalto, Fire Giant Duke, is dealt damage, venture into the dungeon. Yeah, I think these are good. The cards where people are going to be looking for to see if the dungeon mechanic can be exploited well. But yeah, cool card. Next. Okay, the red planeswalker. Wow. Zerial, Archduke of, what is it? Avernus. I can't really read because, yeah, I think it's Avernus. Okay, legendary planeswalker. Zerial. +1, creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until end of turn. Okay, for 0, create a 1/1 red devil creature token with when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. Okay, and then the emblem. You get the emblem with at the end of the first combat phase of your turn, untap target creatures you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. Wow, that's pretty powerful. I like this one. Okay, cool. Next. Adult Gold Dragon. Okay, it's a dragon. Flying lifelink haste. See, these are easy. I like this, Squee. I want more of this. It'd be less work. Okay, so, okay, that's pretty easy. Yeah, next. Drizzt Do-Erden. I hope he doesn't make me repeat that name over and over again. An Elf Ranger, double strike. When Drizzt Do-Erden enters the battlefield, create... Okay, they're doing it on purpose. Create Guin Weavar, a legendary 4/1 green cat creature token with trample. Oh boy. Whenever a creature dies, if it had power greater than Drizzt's power, put a number of +1/+1 counters on Drist equal to the difference. Oh man. So these are the gold cards. So these are multicolor cards, but that's a pretty cool card actually. It does a lot of things when you look at it. Yeah. All right, what's next week? Okay, Orcus, Prince of Undeath, a demon. Oh yeah. He's pretty scary looking. Flying trample. When Orcus, Prince of Undeath, enters the battlefield, choose one. Each other creature gets -X/-X until end of turn. You lose X life. Return up to X target creature cards with total mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. They gain haste until end of turn. Oh wow, that second clause is really powerful. I like that card a lot. Okay, what's next? Triumphant Adventurer. Okay, Dead Touch. So it's a human knight. Pretty funny the art. He's like just taking all the loot out of that cave. That's what it looks like. As long as it's your turn, Triumphant Adventurer has first strike. Whenever Triumphant Adventurer attacks, venture into the dungeon. Sorry, so many dragons. I'm traumatized now. Okay, what's next, Squee? The Xanatar Guild Kingpin. Oh, I heard a lot of talk about this card for the Commander players out there. So this guy does a lot of stuff for 6 mana. So he's a Beholder. First time I see that, but let's see what he does. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose a target opponent. Until end of turn, that player can't cast spells. You may look at the top card of their library anytime. You may play the top card of their library, and you may spend mana as though it was mana of any color to cast spells this way. Okay, so yeah, another card stealer. So basically taking the opponent's cards to play it against him. Okay, cool art though. I like it. Looks like Jabba the Hutt's Secret Den. Okay, next. Volo, Guide to Monsters. Okay, so a legendary creature, human wizard. Whenever you cast a creature spell that doesn't share a creature type with a creature you control or a creature card in your graveyard, copy that spell. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Cool art. Okay, what's next? Tiamat. Oh, another a dragon god. Whoa. Okay, this is a big guy. Flying. When Tiamat enters the battlefield, if you cast it, search your library for up to 5 dragon cards not named Tiamat that each have different names. Reveal them, put them into your hand, and shuffle. Yeah, that's a big guy. Yeah. Get in my way, Squee. I'm scared. Okay, a deck of many things. A legendary artifact. So these are the colorless cards that we. So for 2, you can roll a 20 die and subtract the number of cards in your hand. If the result is 0 or less, discard your hand. Ouch. 1 to 9. Return a card at random from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. 10 to 19. You draw 2 cards. Well, that's pretty cool. And for 20, if you get the big lucky roll, put a creature card from any graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. When that creature dies, its owner loses the game. Whoa. Okay. Big card. Definitely going to be seeing things with that. Okay. What's next? The treasure chest. Oh, we like treasure chests here. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, an artifact. For 4, sacrifice treasure chest, roll a 20 die. If you hit 1, you're trapped, lose 3 life. Like that's good flavor. 2 to 9, create 5 treasure tokens. Okay. 10 to 19, you gain 3 life and draw 3 cards. Man, that's really cool. And 20, search your library for a card. If it's an artifact card, you may put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, put that card into your hand, then shuffle. Wow, I like this card. This is one of my personal favorites, I gotta say. The treasure chest. Yeah, what's next? Cave of the Frost Dragon. Okay, so these are the land cycles that they printed. Okay, so this is the white one. If you control 2 or more other lands, Cave of the Frost Dragon enters the battlefield tapped. Okay, so you add 1 white. And for 5, Cave of the Frost Dragon becomes a 3/4 white dragon creature with flying until end of turn. It's still a land. Okay, so basically these are lands that turn into creatures. I understand. Okay, cool. Den of the Bugbear. So this is the red one. If you control 2 or more other lands, so it's the same thing. It enters tapped. Add 1 red, and for 4 until end of turn, Den of the Bugbear becomes a 3/2 red goblin creature. That's what we want to see. Whenever this creature attacks, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token that's tapped and attacking. It's still a land, so that's cool. This guy makes we're gonna like this card here at Squeeze Bazaar. This guy generates goblins, man. Let's make the family get bigger, right? Okay, what's next? We got the Dungeon Descent. So this is a colorless one. So Dungeon Descent enters the battlefield tapped like all the others. No, this one just enters tapped no matter what. Okay, so you got a colorless mana. And for 4, tap an untapped legendary creature you control, venture into the dungeon, activate only as a sorcery. Oh, so it's a dungeon activator. Good land. All right, okay, cool. All right, and the blue one, Hall of Storm Giants. So I'm not going to repeat the clause because it's always the same, but I'll read the end text here. So 6, until end of turn, Hall of Storm Giant becomes a 7/7 blue giant creature with Ward 3. It's still a land. Okay, 6 is a lot, so. But 7/7 blue giant, it's pretty cool. Okay, so what we got left? The black, okay, Hive of the Eye Tyrant. If you control 2 or more other lands, Hive of the Eye Tyrant enters the battlefield tapped. And for 4, until end of turn, Hive of the Eye Tyrant becomes a 3/3 black beholder. Creature with menace. And whenever this creature attacks, exile target card from defending player's graveyard. It's still a land. Okay. So yeah, well, I think that's it. So we've covered it all. So yeah, you can always leave comments down below to give us your opinion, what your favorite cards were, or if you also laughed at the way I pronounced some words, just leave it all down below. So yeah, hope to catch you guys next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.